Good morning, students. Today I have explained subject Computer Studies, Standard 12, Chapter number 7, Java Basics, Part 1. Java is an object oriented programming language developed by Sun Microsystem, a company based known for its high end Unix workstations. Modeled after C++, the Java language was designed to be a small, simple, and portable across platform and operating system, both at the source and at the binary level. In this chapter, we will learn to start programming with Java. We will discuss simple Java statement, the basic things we can do in Java within a method main. As we have already learned C language, the basic constructs in Java will be very easy to understand. Most of the Java syntax is very similar to C language. Introduction to Java. Java language was developed at Sun Microsystem in 1991. Java is small, fast, efficient, and easily portable to a wide range of hardware devices. It is considered as one of the ideal language for distributing executable program via the World Wide Web and also a general purpose programming language for developing programs that are easily usable and portable across different platforms. Java is an object oriented language, and here it differs from C. Using Java, we can take full advantage of object oriented methodology and its capability of creating a flexible, modular, and reusable code. It includes a set of class libraries that provides basic data type, system input and output capabilities, and other utility functions. These basic classes are part of the Java Development Kit, that means a JDK. JDK has classes to support networking, common internet protocol, and user interface toolkit functions. Because these class libraries are written in Java, they are portable across platforms as all Java applications are. Java is a platform independent at both the source and binary level. Java is a platform independent at both the source and the binary level. Platform independent is a program's capability of being moved easily from one computer system to another. At the source level, Java's primitive data type has consistent size across all development platform. At binary level, platform independent is possible due to bytecode interpreter. The designer of Java choose to use a combination of a compilations and interpretations. The scenario of platform independent is shown in figure 7.1. First is a Java source, second Java compiler, and third is a Java bytecode. So Java bytecode is a platform independent. First is a interpreter for Linux, Java interpreter for Windows, and Java interpreter for Macintosh operating systems. So programs written in Java are compiled into machine level language for a computer that does not really exist. This so called a virtual computer is known as the Java Virtual Machine. That means a JVM. The machine level language for the Java virtual machines is called a Java bytecode. Different Java bytecode interpreter is needed to for each type of a computer, and Java binary files are actually in a form called a bytecode that is not specific to any one processor or any operating system. The only disadvantage of using bytecodes is its slow execution speed. There are tools to convert Java bytecodes into a native code. Native code is a faster to execute, but then it does not remain machine independent. So that is a Java platform independent. Next is a data type in Java. So data type determine the required memory size, type of a value, and type of operations that can be performed. Java support 8 primitive data type. Primitive data type are as follow: byte, float, short, double, character, CHR, long, boolean, and integer. Byte, short, integer, and long type hold integers, that means whole number. That is a number 13, -297, and 0. Float and double hold a real number, that means 29.70 minus 129.35. Boolean holds one of the two logic value, that means a true or false, that is a Boolean value. And CHR holds a single character from the Unicode character sets. This is a character. So data type and byte to be used. So byte and Boolean data type, that means one byte use. Short and character, that means 2 bytes use. Integer and float data type, that means a 4 byte use. Long and double, that means a 8 byte use. So that is a data type in Java. So I have discussed more data type in next session. So I have one creating a one Java applications. So how to create applications and how to compile and how to output of applications. So let us creating a simple Java applications. Before we learn the basic of Java programming language, let us begin exploring Java with a simple program that computes phone call charges and update the prepaid balance amount. Here we will learn how to create, compile and run a Java program. A Java program is composed of classes. It should have at least one class and it must have main method in it. C programs can think of a class as a sort of creating a new composite data type by using structure and type definitions. Classes, however, can provide much more than just a collection of a data. Note that type def, that means type definition, is not available in Java. Let us give a name call cost to these Java applications, and that computes all charges and updates and balance. So first, to create an educate call cost application, and we need to perform the following step. Number one, create a Java source file using any plain ASCII text editor. Choose any text editor and type the program as given in code listing 7.1 and save the source file name callcost.java. Conveniently, Java source file are given the same name as the class name they define with the extension of .java. Notes that the class name and file name are case sensitive. So if class is callcost, file name should be callcost.java application to SCIT text editor. Number 2, compile the source file using the Java compiler. To complete the Java program, type Java C. C, that means compiler, followed by the name of your source file, Java C callcost.java. If the compiler show any errors, go back and make sure that you have typed the program exactly as it appears in code listing 7.1. When the program gets compiled without error, compiler creates a file with extension .class in the same directory as your source file. See that compiler has created a file called cost.class. This is our Java bytecode file that will be executed. Number 3, run the application using Java interpreter. In the JDK, the Java interpreter is called simply using Java. Type Java call cost. To execute the program, we only need the compile class file, not the source code. Interpreter Java uses the bytecode callcost.class and execute it. So that is a code listing 7.1. This is a simple Java programming. So first, slash and double star, that means a comment line. Star, this class implementation is a simple program. Will compute the cost of phone call and update balance. So that is a comment. This is a starting of a programming. Public class. We have defined the class call cost. Starting curly brackets. Public static void main. String arguments. Starting curly brackets. First is a declare variable. First variable is a balance. Second is a rate. Third is a duration. And fourth is a cost. So double is a data type. Double balance, double rate, double duration, and double cost. So that is a declaration of a variable. And then next is a computations. That means balance equals to 170, rate equals to 1.02, duration equals to 37 seconds. So cost equals to duration into rate. That is a compute the cost. And balance equals to balance minus cost. That means update a balance amount. And the third stage is a display result. First is a declaration a variable, second is a computations, and third is a display result. So display result is a statement is system.out.print. First is a call duration, second system.out.println, second is a duration, third is a system.out.println. Println, that means new line, seconds, and last is a system.out.println balance plus rupees. End of the main and end of the class call cost. So file is ready callcost.java and save your file and then compilations and then out. So next step is the process of compiling executing a Java applications is shown in figure 7.2. First is a Java source file. That means you will have extension .java. So your file is ready, and then Java compiler. That means a Java C. And Java compiler is successfully compiled. So a new creation is file is a Java bytecode file. That means a .class file. And last is a Java interpreter. That means Java virtual machines. So Java source program file should have extension.java. Its name should be same as that of a class name when class is public. Note that the name is case sensitive. The compiler javac compiles source file and creates a bytecode file. The name of bytecode file is same as the class name containing a main method, and it has an extension .class. An interpreter Java interpreters bytecodes and execute it. So next step is yours output. So figure 7.3. So how to compile and execute the program in Linux environment using a terminal. So first the program is enclosed in a class uh, definition. Here a class called a callcost. Second, the body of the program is contained in a routine called main. In Java applications, main is the first routine that is run when the program is executed. So first is a compiling your file callcost.java. So Java successfully compile. So automatically .class file, that means a Java bytecode file is ready, and the .class is also executed. So that is your answer. Balance equals to 132.26 rupees and call duration is 37 seconds. 37 seconds. So that is a output. So explanation the coding. The text return a file after double slash and anchors within the slash and start slash are as a comment, as we known as a comment, are not a compile or interpreter. So variable are declared using data type followed by the variable name. Computation part contains expressions including a assignment statements. Here several subroutine call statements are used to display information to the user of the program. Method used to display result system.out.print and system.out.println. Both these methods take a value to be displayed as an argument. Method system.out.println adds a interpret after the end of the information that is displayed, while system.out.print does not. So call duration is displayed using three calls. First call display label call durations. Second call display the value of variable durations, and third call display label seconds, and then bring the cursor in the next line. Note that string literal is enclosed in double quotes. Balance is displayed using a single call. Notice the use of plus operator in Java in the parameters passed. It first evaluates the expression given as parameters and then display. When we run the program, the Java interpreter calls the main method and the statement that it contains are executed. This statement tells the computer exactly what to do when the program is executed. The main routine can call other subordinate that are defined in the same class or even in other classes. But it is the main routine that determine how and in what order the other subordinate are used. The work public in the first line of a main means that this routine can be cancelled from outside the programs. This is essential because the main routine is called by the Java interpreter, which is external to the program. The reminder of the first line of the routine is harder to explain at the moment. So, for now, just think of it as a part of the required syntax. So, that is a first program of a Java. So, today's class is over. The remaining part in next session. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.